133.3. A simple enough number, yet one that was beginning to, for lack of better term, creep you out. This 4-digit number appeared in places where it may fit in and others where it was out of place, much like your average tourist in a remote village in the Himalayas. You've been seeing it almost everywhere, from the side of a public bus to road signs, even on boxes and cans of food at a local grocery store. Your car radio was no exception. The stretch of open highway was long, with only a small number of vehicles compared to those traversing it during the busy hours. The sun was slowly sinking below the horizon, darkening the sky. You bobbed your head slightly with the beat of the music that thumped from the speakers of your blue Toyota Corolla with a white hood. An overpass sped by above you, and as you drove under it, your car radio cut out, music almost instantly degrading into a screechy static. Frowning, you reached over and twirled the tuning knob, scrolling through more stations, all static. Growing annoyed, you decided to keep pressing the auto search button instead, until the radio's antenna picked up a viable station. 99.7 was static, so was 101.1 and 106.3. Only static crackled from the speakers. More and more stations that should have been broadcasting music or news only sent out blank radio waves. Pressing the auto search button again, it sped through the airwaves for almost 15 seconds, much longer than it should have taken to jump between stations. Finally, half-decent audio echoed out from the car speakers. Welcome to 133.3, your news. Sections of the broadcast were cut out, but that was normal for distant stations. But 133.3? Not only was that a number that seemed to be following you, there is no way that an FM radio station has such a number. After all, was the high end of the range not around 108? Well, it appears there's going to be a car crash on Route 27 soon. Route 27 was the route you were currently driving on, as you made your commute home. Anyone involved? This you listened to, as you kept an eye on the pavement ahead, looking for the accident. Corolla, white hood, lane dividers. You almost slammed on the brakes as it described your car. That's impossible, you thought. After all, how many other Corollas could possibly have the exact same paint coloring as yours? Puzzled by it, you continued onwards, listening to the unknown broadcast. How strange things appear and attacking vehicles. This confused you further, as with most of the words missing, you had no idea what was being said. Turning on your left signal, you prepared to switch to the left lane. Your eyes switched between your rearview mirrors, checking for vehicles behind you. Looking in your left rearview mirror, a flicker of movement caught your eye, drawing them back. Nothing was there. Just as you began to drift into the next lane, the sound of scraping metal screeched behind your head, causing you to jump. Your eyes flew to look in the rearview mirror again, and your stomach dropped to your feet. Opaque eyes, white with yellow tinge, narrowed in the rearview mirror as bony fingers, ending in vicious talons, hooked into the metal of the car. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. The cautioning words printed on the mirror seemed to taunt you, as you began to swerve, jerking the car from side to side in an effort to shake the hellspawn from your car. It hissed as it clung onto the fishtailing vehicle, slowly crawling forwards. Its ribs and vertebrae were prominent against its dirty beige skin, and the sunken eyes widened as did the mouth. Broken shards of yellow teeth lined the inside, as a torn tongue flailed about while it screamed. The other motorists braked their cars to avoid you, horns honking at you to stop your reckless driving. They were unable to see the creature that was plaguing you. You jerked your wheel once more to the left, as your foot pressed the gas pedal down, nearly flat to the floor of the car. You looked away from the rearview mirror just long enough to see the rapidly approaching concrete lane divider. You tried to overcorrect your steering to avoid it, but to no avail. At almost 150 kilometers per hour, crashing into anything was a surefire death sentence. The creature dissolved from existence mere seconds before your vehicle crumpled under the impact, then flipped over the division and into oncoming traffic. Screeching from cars coming to a rapid halt, left black marks on the pavement from the burning rubber of the tires. Gas had spilled from the Corolla's ruptured gas tank, and sparks from the metal that scraped the paved road ignited the fumes, fire engulfing the vehicle. Your broken body was pinned between the steering wheel and the driver's seat, which was shoved forwards by the impact. You gasped for air and failed as your lungs had been punctured by metal shrapnel and shattered ribs. Blood trickled down your face from several cuts on your head, and you could not feel your fingers and toes. Your head swam as the radio crackled to life, this time without the voices cutting out. Static still sputtered from the speakers as your vision slid into black, paramedic sirens splitting the air. 133.3, your prediction news. Here's Tom with the weather. The radio's antenna switched to a different station just before it died, disconnecting from the lost signal.